The Crestwood Cadet girls will be making their way down to Fort Dodge this weekend, qualifying for the state cross country meet for the first time since 2018. Head coach Karen Steffen joining us. And Karen, looking at the group that you've gotten to work with this year, what has made this a successful and a fun group to be around?
Well, first of all, thank you, Darren, for having me here today. Our team this year is mainly led by some of our upperclassmen. Our senior group, Lainey Peter and Alexis Pankow, are two of our varsity runners from that senior class. But we also have a couple others. Erica Olendick and Blair Cummings also play a huge leadership role for us. All four of those seniors have been a part of the program for many years now, and they really kind of take the other kids under their wing and show them the ropes, lead them in practice and lead them at the cross country meets. So just great leadership has been a key for us this year.
And Lainey Peter has definitely made her mark. She's been down to Fort Dodge before and has been a consistent low stick for you for really a couple of years now. What makes Lainey click?
Just her work ethic. She's a tough kid. She can go out and she'll run that same pace the entire race. Doesn't seem to slow. Just keeps that same steady pace chugging away. Just a tough kid, hard worker. She leads all our practices. She mainly works out with the boys at our practices. So just having her, just her toughness has really gotten her to where she is today.
And you look at how she's been able to bring some people along. You mentioned the senior group have done a good job of leading the way. That just doesn't happen. It's got to have the right kids leading the way. How has it happened with this group?
I think just some of the leadership qualities that they have, they're able to, they communicate well. They're fun. They like to have fun. And that really brings other people in and encourages others to follow them and emulate how they behave and how they act and how they practice. So just some of those qualities that those kids have in general, not just as athletes, but as students also.
And you went down to Wine for the state qualifier last week. You ended up tied for second with Forest City on that end of things, but you had a better sixth runner, so you ended up getting the second place position from them, even though they were both qualifying positions. What about running at Owine last week? How did that running at that state qualifier kind of springboard you to the opportunity you got this weekend?
Sure. Looking at some of our other varsity runners that ran on last week, Jaylee Vobert is a junior. She was one spot away from qualifying last year as a sophomore, and there wasn't any way she was going to let that happen again this year. So she ran her tail off for that race, placing 13th and qualifying individually, but also our next couple runners, Lexus Dolman, a freshman. She's running very well. She's really come on the last half of the season. Just a great, tough kid. And then we have Ava Daly, Mia Shelton, and Taylor Reese running for our sophomore group. And the three of them pack so well together. They run the whole race together. They start to separate a little bit at the end. Ava, really kind of turned it on, caught right up to Lexus there at the state qualifier. And then Mia and Taylor, finishing fifth and fourth and fifth, or excuse me, fifth and sixth for us. Like you said, having Taylor beat out Forest City's number 6 girl was huge for us. But it kind of began with our third, fourth, and fifth runners as well, being ahead of their fourth runner. So, and then Taylor ran a PR personal record at that meet on last week, and so did our number 7 girl, Alexis Pankow, who's been steadily improving all season long. Also had her personal best time at that meet last week also.
You've described a lot of your runners as tough. How has that toughness been instilled?
Um, our practices, I guess, aren't always that easy. I don't know. We just kind of have that mentality that cross country kids are just tough. Um, our practices are tougher than, a lot of other sports maybe. Um, during the track season, I don't really have to do a lot of instructing on mental toughness. They have it built into them in the track season because of some of our tougher workouts that we have. So I think they just kind of learn it as they go from when they start cross country.
And when you have this really relatively new group going down to Fort Dodge this week, of course, Laney's been there before. Are you going to rely on Laney for some of those leadership qualities to get the others ready for something they haven't experienced, but Laney has?
Definitely. Laney will be a great leader for them to follow. She knows she's been down there not only as a runner, but also as a spectator for a couple of years. So she knows kind of the atmosphere. She knows the course. She knows, just the routine of getting there and getting warmed up and getting mentally set and mentally prepared for the day. So we'll really lean on her. We are relatively young. We have, of our 7 girls that are going, 5 of them are underclassmen. So we only have 2 seniors and a junior going, but relatively young group of kids. So we will really lean on Laney having the experience, having been down there before.
Can you treat the state meet like any other meet?
I would say yes and no. I think we will prepare for it the way we have for every meet all year long. Our practices this week won't look a whole lot different. We'll do a little speed work. We'll do a little, some light distance work. We'll do some mental preparation, some goal setting. But the excitement of Saturday and running on a Saturday is much different. We won't have school all day long. So there are some things that we will treat the same, but in reality, the kids know that it's kind of a big deal to be there. So the nerves will probably play a part. A little bit of anxiety might set in, but trying to minimize some of that pressure that's on them, and just looking at it, everybody's going to run a 5K. It's still a 5K, just like it's been all year.
And if kids have nerves going to the state meet, that means they care and they want to do well, right?
Exactly. They're super excited about going. It's been something that we've kind of realized that we had the potential all year long. And to see it actually come to fruition has been super exciting. So kind of trying to bottle that excitement up and use it to have a great race. And just have the enthusiasm for Saturday has been a great something to anticipate and look forward to.
And of course, your boys program going to be represented by Nathan Ahern as well. He's had an outstanding season this fall. Really had an outstanding career when you really get down to it. What makes Nathan click?
He is, he's just a hardworking kid. I've talked about that with the girls team too. But he's determined. His speed has been a key part in how well he's been doing at each of the meets. He can be 50 meters back going into the last mile, and I'll still put my money on him that he's gonna take that race. But just his determination, he's really brought his times down throughout the season, and he's kind of getting locked in. He's in his zone. He's ready to go. He's set and he's focused.
All right. What's it going to take to have as good of a day possible on Saturday for your competitors?
I think just like last week, we want to go in looking at finishing the season with each of their individual bests. If they can do that or be close to their best times of the year, try to run at ease, not be watching their watches, and just have a feel good run for the race. And if they can set some goals for running kind of a PR for the day, if we place high as a team or not, that'll happen if it's supposed to. If not, then we at least can say we did our best.
All right, Karen, congrats on getting to the state meet on the girls' side as a team, and congrats to Nathan for qualifying as well. Here's to a great week of preparation. Best of luck to you Saturday in Fort Dodge.
All right. Thank you.
Karen Steffen, the cross country coach at Crestwood. The girls back there for the first time since 2018, and Nathan Ahern back there again as well.